Well, welcome back to the Prospect Hub. We've taken quite a few days off, and we're back here talking about Mets prospects. And before we get into this video, I need to let you know that I'm on Substack, posting videos, posting little things on there, trying to grow that. Gotten quite a few people on there so far. I've been pretty lucky, I'm also on Facebook. I put the links all in the description of this video. And this video, of course, will go on to Facebook as well and on Substack. And maybe on X. But anyway, the Mets farm system has been unbelievable. So the last time we talked, the Mets AA team, I guess they had like a 12-game winning streak. It was just incredible. And that's not the most talented team. The most talented team they have is of course, the Brooklyn Cyclones. And they got a lot of prospects down there. This is from Metsmerized Online. And let's talk about the Mets pitching in their farm system. Now, we know that the Met pitching in the big league club has been excellent. No complaints from your hosts. This is the headline. The Mets have as much pitching depth as they have ever had. It's an exciting time down the farm for the Mets. The organization is loaded with pitching talent at every single level of the minor leagues. From Nolan McLean at AAA to Jose Chirinos, who recently got promoted from the Florida Complex League, and every level in between. There's pitching talent with tantalizing potential throughout the organization. And, of course, the pitching lab the Mets have certainly highlighting, and I guess really the point of the pitching lab is identifying what pitches work best for these pitchers and just doubling down on it. Basically. The headliners of McLean and Jonah Tong, prospects with big-time helium, were taken off in 2025. McLean started the year at AA Binghamton, dominated, got promoted to AAA, and hasn't missed a beat. He has an elite sweeper that has been big league ready from the moment he stepped onto a professional mound. A mid-90s heater, a sinker that has been missing bats like crazy, a cutter that has been inducing weak contact, and a changeup and curveball he mixes on occasion. Tom boasts the best fastball in the organization due to his elite induced vertical break. It was already the best fastball in the organization when he was throwing it in the low to mid 90s. Now he's routinely throwing it 95 and get it up to hit 97. He has a big looping curveball and a slider that can both be plus pitches, but his new Vulcan change has been a game changer, giving him an effective all-speed pitch that he had been searching for. He's too good for AA and should probably receive a promotion to AAA. Now, what's interesting about him is if you see his motion, it's very similar to Tim Lincecum, the former Giant. There's also Brandon Sprout, who is probably more of a household name than Tong and McLean, despite those two passing him in the prospect ranks. Sprout flew through the minors last year, making it all the way to AAA in what was his first season of professional baseball. However, he struggled mightily once he got there, and those struggles have continued in 2025. Sprout has a bunch of solid offers, but no standout pitch like Tong and McLean. He's still just 24 and is less than a year removed from dominant hitters at AA, so there's plenty of time for him to right the ship. He has a 2.25 ERA in his last 16 innings as a publisher. That's good. He remains one of the top pitching prospects in the organization. The hype has just faded a bit, and he's taken a bit of a step back in terms of the rankings with prospects, on these prospect lists. Blade Tidwell is at AAA as well, and he's been one of the most effective pitchers in the league. Don't let the 4.02 ERA fool you. That's pretty good for the National League. It's also a full run lower since he was returned to AAA after making his big league debut a little over a month ago. He got hit around a bit by the Cardinals in that debut, but he has good stuff, and it's very possible he makes another big league start at some point this season. Meanwhile, the Roma Ponies have a stacked rotation just one level below. It's headlined by Tom, but there are multiple probable future big leaguers on that staff as well. Jack Winninger has turned in the fourth highest strikeout rate among AA qualifiers, only behind Tong, top MLB pitching prospect Chase Burns, and rising Cardinals prospect Decoa Roby. Jonathan Pintaro, a former Division II pitcher who was signed out of Indy Ball last year. He's a great story, and while he's older at 27, he's turned himself into a legit prospect in the system. Then there's Zach Thornton, a southpaw who rarely walks people while still posting a high strikeout rate. High A Brooklyn has maybe even more talent. 2024 second round pick, Jonathan Santucci actually has the worst ERA of the bunch at 4.32. But after a rough start, he's thrown 20 and 2/3 innings of one-run ball over his last 4 starts. Third rounder Nate Dome has turned in 4 good starts after his promotion from St. Lucie, and Noah Hall, Brendan Gurton, and R.J. Gordon all have ERAs under 3.3 and over 40 innings. The Cyclones actually have too many pitchers for available starts. Gordon and Gurton piggybacked each other earlier this week. Wow. It continues down to single A St. Lucie in the Florida Complex League. Irvin Cota has a 1.85 ERA in 35 innings and even threw 5 scoreless innings and a spot start at Double-A before being sent back to St. Lucie. Will Watson had success earning promotion to Brooklyn in early June. Edgar Moreta and Wellington Arocena have both had strong seasons, but Jose Chirinos was great in the FCL and then threw 4 and 2/3 innings, scores with 7 strikeouts in his single-A debut. There are more. Juan Suarez had a lot of success at Double-A and is now getting his first taste of Triple-A action. Joel Diaz has had a solid season at High A. Former top prospect Matt Allen is finally back on the mound pitching for Brooklyn. These guys might be more like organizational depth pieces, but they all have flashes before. There are also, of course, relievers. Some are former starters like Douglas Orellana, Felipe de la Cruz, Saul Garcia, Cameron Foster, and Dom Hamill. There are a few fireballs like Ryan Lambert, Dylan Ross, and Ramon Gomez, who are capable of touching triple digits. Then there are other relievers like Ryan Ammons, Anthony Nunez, and TJ Shook. The farm system is deeper than it has ever been before. I mean, just incredible. I mean, what's going on here? Now, the big picture. The Arizona Diamondbacks just provided the baseball world with an unfortunate reminder this past week with the news of Corbin Burns needing to undergo Tommy John surgery becoming official. Don't sign starting pitchers to long-term contracts. Develop pitchers. That way you're not forced to sign free agent starting pitchers to big money, multi-year contracts. The Mets have leaned heavily into that philosophy in the first 2 years under David Stearns. They did pursue Yoshinobu Yamamoto, a unicorn in the free agent market at 25 years old. But other than that, they stayed away from the big-name, high-priced free agent pitchers. Now, I would mention about Yamamoto. He's been hurt. He's missed time. No Burns, no Max Fried, no Blake Snell. Fried has been great, but it's an 8-year deal. That's a long time to count on a pitcher to be healthy. Burns and Snell are already on the shelf. Instead, the Mets opted for shorter deals in 2024. It was Sean Manaea and Luis Severino. In 2025, it was Clay Holmes, Griffin Canning, Frankie Montas, and re-up in Manaea. Manaea obviously got a 3-year deal. Frankie Montas got a 2-year deal. He hasn't pitched yet. Of course, he's been hurt. And so does Manaea, by the way. Pitchers are inherently a high-risk free agent buy. Burns signed a 6-year deal. So the Mets are fine. I mean, if they need to get somebody that they need, they sign a guy to a 2-3-year deal. And the way the pitching lab is performing behind the scenes, you don't really need to sign anybody big. Very few of these deals ever pan out, and you're better off just developing your own pitching at this point. And then you can sort of figure out who you want to bring in. You're better off that way, to be honest with you. But thank you for watching this video. Of course, please follow me on all the different platforms and subscribe to me on YouTube and, of course, on Substack. I'll see you later.